Well, good morning, everybody. Yeah, had another one. Yeah, I don't know. I've been talking here now and then about Google's AI or YouTube's AI has been censoring me. And, well, I find it kind of ridiculous because, there's a gardening channel. Every once in a while I talk about social or political issues, but I got nothing to say in there that should be censored because I haven't advocated the overthrow of the government or anything like this. I firmly believe in the democratic system that we have. And the last election was accurate. Thank you. No matter what any yo-yo says about it. It's amazing to me. I have been speaking here occasionally on these videos about how YouTube's artificial intelligence, their AI that sorts videos and things, has been censoring me. And whereas I understand if I'm talking about medical cannabis and the AI says, no, nobody under 18, yeah, okay. That's standard practice, right? Okay. Not to worry. It's been so normal. You go back, drinking ages were never lowered than 18 in this country. Cigarettes were never lowered than 18. I don't know. This is just such standard stuff. That doesn't faze me. Although I do believe that some of my medical cannabis videos, because that's what these are, you don't see Bill out there talking about drug cannabis. Medical cannabis will get you high too, but that's just a side effect. Teenagers can use this information too, personally, but on the other hand, I'm not complaining there. It was the videos I did about, the UN Climate Change Summit. I'm forgetting. There's been at least 4 of them so far. The last one was the one about rats are real. Okay. It was strictly a video about rat control. And about my personal rat problems. Well, whereas that might not be very tasteful for some people, because some people don't like rats. I don't either. But there's nothing about it that needs to be censored. The only thing I could even begin to think of when I finished this video, I checked all the boxes, says, no, it's fine, and now it pops up at the end, says, no, sorry, not suitable for advertisers. And I go, all I could think of was I held up a bucket of Eaton's rat bait. Now, that was the only thing I could even possibly think that I could have done in that video. That's a brand name, Now, I wasn't advertising it, but, well, anyhow. In all cases lately where the automated intelligence that scans these videos has said, oh, no, we got to reject Bill. He can't have advertising on this. This is too rash, it's too radical. In every case, Google does allow to submit for a human review, and I always do resubmit the video for a human review. And in every case, the thing has come back, says, oh yeah, this video's fine, nothing wrong with it. I'm not sure if, the AI kind of flagged my channel because I had some videos that, like I said, I didn't rate them for 18 and over, and they went in and they did that to me. I don't know if that put a flag in the algorithm that says, watch out for this guy, he's trouble, he's trying to cheat, or I don't know what happened, but all I know is that the AI keeps saying, I got a bad channel here that can't be supported by advertising and so on. On the other hand, human beings who look at the same video are saying, no, this is fine, there's nothing wrong here. For me, tiny little problem. If they knock the advertising off of some of my videos, maybe I lose $30, $50 a month or something like that. It's really not a big deal for me personally. So that's not my point. I've had people One guy says, "Oh, you're starting to sound like Alex Jones now." Talking about this, I don't know what Alex Jones has to say. Other than I know he got sued over lies about Sandy Hook. And anyway, that was the most insulting thing anybody'd said to me in the last month. That guy's a dork. So I don't know what he's got to do with AI, but. In other words, some people think I'm dingy because I'm catching this. Well, no. Sorry, folks. Matter of fact, I just saw an article by Bill Gates about how in the next 5 years, AI is going to change your lives. Well, I'm telling you, Gates is right. This is special because now these are just videos, right? And I don't have to make the videos. You don't have to watch the videos. The videos are really not that important. If you got some good information or some entertainment from them, great. That's what this is all about. And that's about it. There's not too much else there. But this is an algorithm. And further and further and further, more and more, we are using algorithms to make decisions within our society where people used to make these decisions. Now, I can talk to a person, usually. Even at YouTube, I could send the guy an email at least. There's some ability to converse. Not much, but some. But when it comes to artificial intelligence, no, you don't talk to an algorithm. These algorithms in the future will be making decisions on your home loan. They'll be making decisions on your health care. They'll be making decisions, perhaps, even about what happens in your family and many other things that are going to be much, much more important than Bill's videos about rats. And you get on the wrong side of the AI, apparently, for whatever reason, they can make decisions that don't make any sense. As they start doing this, unfortunately, they don't back up. They begin to add the data and the data and the data. It's a pretty good chance, according to the algorithm here at Google, that I may never be a good guy again. Yeah, their AI may be chasing me around forever because I put up some medical cannabis videos without putting 18 and over on them. Yeah, that could happen. Wiring, the programming, within the AI itself, it individualizes each and every one of us by its viewpoint. You may not like the viewpoints coming up. I'm already not liking the viewpoints. I want to talk to a human being, thank you. Because most of the time when I talk to a human being, even within the bureaucracy of the DMV or someplace, there's oftentimes I get consideration. Because they're other people. They know what it's like to live here. Well, okay. So much for that one. If you guys think I'm bonkers, you just wait. You just wait. You'll see it. It'll show up. It's been showing up in my life big time. But I'm very much connected into this, you see. I use the AI all the time. So I see it. The AI was responsible for helping me make enough money to own this Hawaiian property. Yes, Google's AI promoted my business heavily in the Bay Area. It is now turned on me. I'm a bad man now that I retired. Well, then I saw another one this morning. Somewhere right about next to Bill Gates warning us about the coming of the AIs in the next 5 years, I saw another article that had to do with weight loss. Weight loss is a big deal in America today. We're all obese, blah, blah. I consider myself an expert on weight loss. Yeah, I've had problems with weight on and off my entire life. Yeah, you just ask me about the challenges and so on. What do you go through and what's this mean? There are a lot of things I talk about I don't know that much about. Weight loss? Oh, brother, you better believe. I've been there. Yeah, back and forth, up and down, round and round. Anyway, I saw this bit article there, and while I'm aware that some of these like diabetes type drugs, Ozempic, I think is one. These drugs that they're using for diabetes that they're finding out, well, people lose weight with them. You know, you can take these things, you lose 20 pounds. So that's becoming sort of a thing. People are going in not to get them for diabetes, they're getting prescriptions for, so they can lose blubber. Well, it's in the process, of course. Fake drugs show up. Yeah, you got to get a prescription for most of this stuff, but there are other things that maybe you can get without, and they're not necessarily good. There are also a lot of herbal supplements that pop up. Berberine, I think, berberine is one. Berberis, it's the barberry, popped up. Most of it, I don't know. How much value there was. The last time I saw a herbal supplement for weight loss that actually could work was ephedra, which is pretty much banned these days. It's a pretty heavy-duty stimulant, and yeah, you will lose weight because you will not want to eat. But it's got a lot of nasty side effects, and it's not a good thing either. So what blew my mind, though, is that people are taking laxatives and diuretics to lose weight. Now, a diuretic, it's what makes you urinate. You pass water. I had one time during blood pressure medication, and yeah, if I took it too late in the day, I was up all night urinating. Yeah, it's just passing water, and yeah, I lost some weight for a little while. The weight comes right back as soon as you drink some water. So that's kind of screwy. But the laxative, I was on the floor. I was pounding the floor. Because, hey, what do laxatives do? Yeah, they make you crap. And, well, it's true. I do tend to have an attitude that there are a lot of us in this society today that are full of crap. And by taking a laxative, I'm sure you'll lose some weight. In fact, I believe that we really do have people in Congress. If we gave them a laxative, what would happen is we'd have nothing but bones in an empty bag of skin because they were nothing but crap all the way to the top of their heads. Yeah. That was the first thought I had. I could see an empty bag that used to be Mitch McConnell laying on the floor, I could see a few of them out there. Well, anyway, stop making fun of people, I guess. But it flashed to my mind that when I was in my doctor's office some time ago, he always says, "Bill, you got to lose weight." And I know he's right. I ain't arguing with him. I try. But I said, well, look, Doc, since the last time I was in here, I lost 3 pounds. And he looks at me and he goes, you probably took a crap. He's got a great bedside manner. He's the doctor for me. Okay. I said, oh, man. But, yeah, so people are taking laxatives to lose weight. Yeah. It's temporary, believe me. Actually, what they believe is that if you take these laxatives after eating a large meal, that it will rush the food through your system so you cannot absorb the nutrients. And apparently that is not true, according to medical science. It will flush out a lot of good electrolytes and things out of your body, but you will still absorb nutrients, and you also spend the rest of the day sitting on the head. I've occasionally, not often, but every once in a while, they had to use a laxative, and no, thank you. If I want to lose weight, I'll tell you what, here's how I'm going to approach the situation. I will not go to the drugstore and look for a laxative. I will decide, number one, I will begin exercising more. And I do. Okay, I exercise every day. I actually turned the camera on before I lifted weights today, which is not ordinary. Usually I lift weights first, but I felt all inspired by laxatives. Yeah, so I'll get to it later. But yeah, I work out every day. I can't say that I lose much weight that way, but what I do gain is muscle mass. And for me, that's really important. As you get older, your muscles deteriorate. I begin stressing tendons. So I myself have other reasons why I lift weights every day and why I walk around the farm. But certainly the exercising helps keep me from getting bigger. Yeah. Very important. I'm going to highly recommend this one. Put the laxatives back on the shelf. Try fresh fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, if you bulk that up in your diet, they're filled with fiber, they're filled with nutrients, they're filled with a lot of antioxidants and other things that are extremely good for you, will create good body health, and they will actually fill you up, make you feel happy and satisfied without piling on a whole lot of fats and sugars and other things and carbs, that you didn't really need if you're trying to lose weight. Increase the amount of fresh fruits and vegetables that you're eating. Apparently, we must eat a lot of it here in the house because it's very frequent. I have other people over and will serve food, and they're looking at this stuff and they go, "You eat like this all the time?" Because there'd be piles of cut up cabbage over here, have fruits cut up over there, and and all this different stuff. A lot of times I eat picadillo. I just take this and that, and I put it all together on my plate. But we eat a lot of raw and fresh fruits and vegetables, or lightly cooked vegetables. And again, well, I can't honestly say that I've shed 50 pounds doing this. I won't make any claims. But I know they're good for me. They will give you nutrition without a lot of the negative added side effects of some of our foods. Very good for you. Then we got the sugary drink thing. Oh man, America seems to be just addicted to soda pop and all sorts of other things that are sugary. Now, as we get these sparkly waters that are slightly flavored with no sugar, because everybody's addicted to bubbles. They're trying to get away from the sugar. I don't know if there's too much trouble with that stuff. I don't drink it. When it comes down to those sorts of beverages, there's probably only one that on occasion I will go for root beer. I love root beer. I've made root beer. I always make beautiful batches of ginseng root beer when I lived in Wisconsin and so on. And occasionally I will have a root beer. Anyway, I tend to treat root beer actually more as a dessert. I don't use it as a beverage or anything refreshing. Especially a root beer float with vanilla ice cream. Yeah, I should talk about weight loss, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the sugary drink thing, dump it. I admit to, I say, having a root beer float occasionally. As a dessert, you will find me occasionally with a chocolate shake. Love them. Brings me back to childhood. But for well over 90% of the liquid intake in my life, is no sugar in it. I drink quite a bit of water. I drink even more regular English tea, and it's completely unsugared. I don't put anything in my tea. I drink coffee, again, with absolutely nothing in it. And actually, between water, coffee, and tea, that's the major things that go into my body as fluids. That's about it. I really don't add much of any other fluids. One of the things that's totally been a fad lately is this whole thing about fruit juices and people juicing things, and fruit juices in particular. It's like soda pop. The only thing is lacking, man, is the CO2, the bubbles. It's got just as much sugar, maybe more sugar. It's a sugar charge. Don't drink fruit juices for anything else except a sweet treat. Treat it like it's a dessert. Have a glass of grape juice. It's good for your constipation. But yeah, no fruit juices, man. This is such a fad. There's so many of them today. The shelves are filled with fruit juices. You want to gain weight? Yeah, you just start drinking fruit juice every day. And the same goes with alcohol. Alcohol is sugar. Yeast converts the sugar molecules into alcohol and passes off some CO2 gas in the process. But sugar and alcohol both work the same way in the body. Yeah, so alcohol in large quantities constantly. Again, if you want to lose weight, lay the beer down, man. Now, I love beer. Yeah, I have talked about whiskey on this show and things too. So, I mean, I certainly enjoy an alcoholic drink. There's some I like, some I don't. That doesn't matter there, but it's totally in moderation and only every once in a while. Special occasions, you know. I talked my neighbor Gary into having a bottle of beer with me the other day in the afternoon on the porch. It was fun. One bottle. Yeah, so get rid of the alcohol. Man, dump the snack foods. Last time I walked through Safeway here in Hilo, they have an aisle over there. It's double-sided. It's absolutely nothing but chips. It is the longest aisle of chips I have ever seen anywhere. There must have been 200 different varieties. And they're all snack food. We call this stuff food. It really is not food. See? Stick with real foods. If you stick to real foods, chances are you're going to probably at least maintain, if you don't lose weight. You're not going to start gaining weight on real foods that are, of course, taken in moderation. The key to this entire thing is eat less. And it works, too, because it becomes habitual. Yeah, your brain rewires to it, and you start feeling that that's okay after a while. And more so, what happens is the gut itself begins to shrink down, and as the stomach begins to shrink in size, it isn't as hungry. And so by eating less and doing it gradually, you know, I don't eat even half of what I once ate when I was 30. But when I was 30, I probably burned twice as much energy as I'm burning today. So nothing much has changed. I just have, I don't take in so much food. I'm just not nearly as hungry. And the more I head in that direction, the more my stomach kind of reduces in size and my brain rewires. And I push stuff aside all the time. I never used to do that. Yeah, it's not uncommon. You'll see me push half a waffle, you know, over to the other side of the table and say, forget it, I'm full. That's a good thing. Learn how to do this with food. Eat less. That's the best way that I know of to lose weight, is to eat less. And trust me, I'm an expert on this subject. I know all about gaining and losing weight. That punch has come and gone on me so many times. Yeah, you know, go and watch it too if you're addicted to nicotine and you want to stop smoking cigarettes or vaping. Yeah, for me, that was the worst. I remember I replaced cigarettes with Ben & Jerry's one time. Wow, was that a mistake? Yeah, I gained 30 pounds. I stopped smoking. I don't know. Yeah, So we got the wind. Oh, man. Yesterday, Kona wind. We broke a record from my place right here. I have myself, since I've lived in Hawaii, I have never seen a 19-mile-an-hour wind on this location. Well, I had one yesterday. Stuff tossed all over around here. I don't even want to take a walk this morning because I'm afraid I'm going to find broken tree limbs and stuff. Orchids are tossed all over the porch. So it was a real windy day. Now, they kept predicting that there might be rain moving in over here, and I guess the other islands got some. Maui's got it right now, but hadn't rained over here in days. The wind speed has been drying things out real nicely, though. You would wish that it would blow the avocado lace bugs off the leaves, you know. So, yeah, it's 19-mile-an-hour wind. That's pretty special for this part of Puna. And as I was talking about rats, the AI didn't like the rat video. And, I've gotten, I guess, you know, okay feedback on it and that. Nobody's really had a problem with that video. But one thing that does keep coming up, and it's this two ideas. One is the idea of repelling rats as opposed to dispatching rats. Yeah, I do not agree with this. Not a bit. Okay. And also, there are several people who definitely have concerns over my cat, Gracie. And, worried about that Gracie might get secondary poisoning or something from the rat baits. Well, I appreciate your concern, and so does Gracie. Yeah, I wouldn't want anything to happen to her. She's one of my best friends in the world. Aren't you, Gracie? Here she is right here. Yeah, she's coming up. She heard me call her name. And, yeah, she's my best furry gray friend. I would not want to hurt her. I worry about her all the time. Not that I should much, but yeah, she's a good one. She makes my life better being around here, and I would sorely miss her if she was gone. I wouldn't have said that before she came, but this is the case. There's a few things here that cause me not to worry much. One is that Gracie, she won't touch hardly anything that's dead. Okay? Yeah, anything that's dead is dead. That's it. She may sniff it and then walk away. I mean, this is the case even when it comes to if I'm in the kitchen and I'm carving up tuna, fresh tuna right off the boat, and I got some scrap there, so I'll throw some to Gracie and put it in her bowl. Well, she'll eat a little bit of tuna. I think she likes Ono better, but she will eat some raw tuna, a little bit of sashimi. She's not real excited about it, honestly, but she eats it because I'm eating it, I guess. I don't know. But if she leaves some in the bowl and walks away and comes back an hour later, she will not touch it. It's dead. Yeah. Her cat food, the dry, crunchy stuff, I have to actually put my finger in it for her. If she's had food and went out and disappeared for a couple hours, came back, and she looks at her food, and she waits for me to go over, poke at the food, and tell her, it's all right. You can eat it. It didn't spoil. And she'll go over and she'll eat the food. As far as dead animals, no. So any rats that died, there's no way that this cat's ever going to. And then, on top of the fact that she does not touch anything dead, it has to be live, okay, or cat food before she will touch it. But everything that she catches, which is lizards, usually mice, little birds, she brings it all to the front door. Everything comes up to the front door, and she goes, Bill, look what I got. Let me in. She wants to bring it all inside the house. That's what the thing is, I think. She knows if she brings it in, they can't get away. It's not too dumb. And so every time she's brought a rodent up to the door, first thing I do is I attempt to get my hands on it and dispatch the rodent, not trusting that the cat is actually going to kill the rodent for me. So I do the job instead. So if Gracie happened to get her teeth and claws into a rat that was poisoned, the rat would have to be alive yet. That's the only way she's going to bother with it. And if the rat's still alive, obviously it hasn't quite taken in enough anticoagulant to kill a rat. So my opinion would be most likely that there is not enough anticoagulant in that rat to be able to damage a cat that ate the rat that got a secondary poisoning and did not eat the entire rat anyway. They only eat the soft spots. And on top of it, she brings everything to the door. And if she brings me a rat, the first thing I'm going to do is smack that sucker with a broom. So I'm not worried about this. Her habits are such that it's just not very likely. And the problem is, Gracie cannot control this rodent population. It's not only are there too many of them, they're too big. She's a little bitty cat, and some of these rats are way too large for her. She can get the small ones, but that's about it. So it's out of her league, too, out of her territory. It's up to me to have to deal with them. If I put out snap traps and she gets tangled up in them, then I got a broken bone and I got to take her to the vet. If I put out glue boards, well, they're not going to kill the cat, but she'll get stuck in them. And then I'm going to have to shave my cat to get the glue boards off. So the bait was the most logical solution. And every day I spend time going out and checking everywhere around here to see how things are going. Whether they've been eating the bait, not eating the bait, are there any dead rats around? My nose will always tell me where the dead rats are at. So far, I can't find them. So what I think is happening is they've been coming from the rental houses next door where they're not controlling rats, and after I poison them, they go back there to die in their walls, I think. As far as this idea of repelling rats, I don't know, some guy come up with this comment about use peppermint oil to repel rats. I mean, maybe, I don't know, in the back of your kitchen cabinets or someplace like this, that's probably appropriate, you know. But otherwise, we live on 2 acres over here. Peppermint oil is really expensive. Applying peppermint oil to 2 acres would be an extremely expensive proposition, and with the next rainfall, it's gone. It has no residual, man. Okay, so this is these repellent ideas are not appropriate solutions for this problem. Reason why? Okay, rats crap on everything. Rats carry hantavirus from the crap, the dust. Rats on the fleas carry bubonic plague. California has the highest incidence of bubonic plague in the United States, and I have never seen more rats anywhere than in the Bay Area. You know, here in Hawaii, rats carry rat lungworm. I had a case of it. You don't want a case of it. And so there are a lot of reasons other than the rats are chewing on my produce, why you don't want rats around and why repelling them is not a solution. Rats chew everything. They will chew electrical wires and they start house fires. You can lose your house because of the rats. On and on. There are just a whole bunch of other reasons why a person does not want rats around. You want them dead. You cannot negotiate with rodents. No, there's no negotiation. It's not possible. So there is actually only one reasonable solution: the complete dispatching. You want to look at it this way? There never were any rats here on this island. They're an invasive species right along with people that brought them. So first we remove the rats, then we get rid of all the people, right? Yeah, everything will be perfect after that. I figure if we keep up the way things are going, you know, if we don't pay attention to climate change, if we don't worry about, you know, our soils, if we don't worry about the health of the planet and realize that it's just one big blue spaceship and it's the only one we got, that eventually I think it'll just be a massive sand dune with naked humans scrambling across them, being chased by hordes of roaches and rats, being ridden by the ants, because the ants will have charge. Y'all hang loose. Aloha.